Hey Fierce Leaders, I miss you all. It's been a while since I did a live video, and today I've just been really thinking about, so in our team call, I had a chance to talk about, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. The recording's here in the group, it's also up on YouTube. Watch that call because I get a chance to talk a little bit about what are the things that I did that helped me hit platinum. I tried to break it down, okay? That's one of the things we're working on. How can we break down the things that are going well so we know how to duplicate it and so other people can do it? And I contemplated throwing this portion, what I'm about to talk about here, into that, but I didn't. Because it's more, well, you'll maybe see why. So something that I feel like I didn't include social media or YouTube or any of that in the things that I did to hit platinum, because I feel now very strongly that, especially with Emerge and Sales Conversations and the simple breakdown of what we have, you could build a business without ever touching social media. And I don't think I could have said that before we learned these new skills and the sales assembly line and how to just be skilled salespeople. But now that we have those tools, I honestly, I don't think I'd bat an eye if somebody was like, yeah, I'm not on social media. And I would have had a really hard time with that before. So I didn't include that in the breakdown of how I hit platinum because I don't think it's a must. Okay? I think that people, obviously I do use social media, here I am, and I have created a following in different, on different social media outlets, okay? I'm on Instagram, I've got, my personal page, a business page on Facebook, I've got, groups for my oil people, I've got all of that, yes, and it is a wonderful resource. But here is, I don't want people to look at me doing that and think I have to do that too, because not everybody has to do it and it's not a sweet spot for everybody. So it's not necessarily something that is like a one size fits all. Okay, so I want you to hear me say, you don't have to do this exactly how I'm doing it. You don't have to be on social media if you don't want to. That's it's not a must. It's not. That's why I didn't include it in the list of things of how I reached platinum. That being said, if you do want to use social media, then I'm going to just talk that through a little bit and give you some tips there, okay? There are two things. If you're going to use social media, these are the two things that you need. You need time, a ton of time, and you've got to be patient and you've got to be consistent. Patience and consistency. It takes a long time. I feel like the math on this are like, what is it? I think you need like 10,000 followers to even be touching anything. And I'm not even there. On YouTube, I have a lot of views and it probably generates 1, maybe 2 enrollments a month. And that took a year to do it, to reach that point, a little less than a year. Okay. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to use, that's the reality of how long it takes and where you need to be. And that takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of people on social media. You got to do it well, right? It's a learning curve. You have to learn all the different parts and you have to understand it. And if you don't want to engage in that, then don't. Like I said, if you do, then you're going to have to learn how to do it and take the time to do it well. I would continue to say that maybe you're like, I don't want to be to the level on social media that Amy is. Maybe you do, then ask me and I'll break that down further for you. But if I could have you do one thing, I would just consistently show up and let people see who you are, and it doesn't have to be oils related at all. Obviously, I have some oils related stuff on Facebook now at this point, but I think what people want more than anything is just to know what you're up to, and so that there's the like, know, and trust factor, so that they feel like, oh, Amy is kind of a whack job, but I think I trust her. Letting them into that. So if you're going to pick one thing to do on social media, let people know who you are and what's important to you. Maybe it's drinking coffee. Maybe it's making food for your family. Maybe it's exercise. Maybe it's animals and pets. Maybe it's reading good books. Maybe it's history. It could be anything. Photography. It could be anything, but you need to let people into that, okay? So you don't have to do social media. If you're going to do it and you're going to go all in, you got to take the time to do it well. You got to be patient and you got to be consistent, super consistent. And if you don't want to go all in, my encouragement to you is just be open to letting people see the things that you love and care about and are passionate about, so that they get to know, like, and trust you. Yes, Emily, yes. People definitely pay attention to live videos. That's a big one. Okay. So if you have more questions about social media, you can reach out and ask me. For those of you watching the recording of this on YouTube, my mission is to create a team of people who want to help others and serve them and help them transform their health. If that's something that you want to know more about being a part of, you can email me at the email below and I will personally respond to you and answer your questions. Thanks, everybody.